Hello children. So I'm sure you are enjoying calculus, specifically limits. Yeah. So after studying limits and knowing some familiar terms in calculus, it is time to start differentiation of a function or derivative of a function. Yeah. So as we already have studied, why should we study calculus? Yeah, what is the purpose of studying calculus and how it deals with rate of change of quantities? Yeah. So let's study what is the derivative in simple terms, specifically definition of derivative and geometrical interpretation. So let me begin the class. Yeah. So as I said, we need to start derivative of a function, and from first principle it means we are going to start the definition. So derivative of a function from first principle means the basically derivative by using definition. Okay, and also we are going to cover geometrical meaning of derivative. Yeah, and for this to study derivative of a function, we need to have, prerequisite knowledge like slope of a line. So we know it, slope of a line. We know m equal to tan theta, or also we know whenever we are given line joining 2 points, we also can find slope as difference of ordinate by difference of axis, and also limit of a function. So we have to be thorough with this, because derivative of a function from first principle or derivative of a function by using definition. By using definition, here specifically we need limit, evaluation of limits. Okay, so I'm sure you have thorough knowledge of these two concepts, and let me start. Yeah, this so basically derivative of a function with respect to another function. And now since we are going to study the definition only, so whenever we have y equal to fx, so derivative of the function with respect to x. Here y is a function of x, so derivative of a function with respect to x. So that only we are going to focus in today's class. Okay. Uh, yeah. So see, this is the curve. So I can take it as y equal to fx, be a curve. So let us take 2 points. One point is P x y. The other point is Q x plus delta x, f of x plus delta x. Or you can write here. See, when y equal to fx is a function, let delta x be a small increment, it is a small increment over x. So here small increment over x, or you can take small change over x. And as we are taking y equal to fx, y is a function of x. That means any change in x implies change in y, because y depends upon x. So whenever any change happens to x, automatically change will be happening in y also. So delta x be the small increment, a small change over x, and delta y delta y be the be the corresponding increment over y. So after this change, what will happen? Now f y equal to fx. Let it be equation 1. Now delta y change over y. So after the change, because we are taking increment, y will become y plus delta y, and x is your x plus this. So y plus delta y equal to f of x plus delta x. Okay. So now you can see from the figure, you can see this is xy. So here you can say, yeah, y plus delta y equal to f of x plus delta x. So after change, I mean, yeah, so two different positions of xy. So let this point be x plus delta f, and this is y plus delta y, or you can say f of x plus delta x. Now PQ is the second line, or you can say chord. Okay, so here if you see slope of the line also, you can have y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. It means difference of coordinates, your y equal to fx. So it means, yeah, f of x plus delta x minus fx. Here y equal to fx. So this thing, and difference of abscissas x plus delta x by x plus delta x minus x. You are getting this. So this is basically slope is taken like this. Okay, and also if you observe the figure, so here you see this is x plus x and xy, here x plus delta x, f of x plus delta x, or you can say this is your y plus delta y. Okay, now this length, if I write here, this is m, this is n. Okay, and let me take it as s. So length of mm equal to what? OM, OM equal to f, ON equal to x plus delta x. So this length, I mean mn length is delta x. Similarly, you can see QS equal to QN minus SN. Okay, so you are getting this as delta y. So it means if you take this angle theta, so you can have tan theta equal to delta y by delta x. Okay, PYB. Okay, so here you see, let's go to our definition. Yeah. So here delta y equal to what? Delta y, we are subtracting 1 from 2. So y plus delta y, first equation, we have taken y equal to fx. So delta y equal to f of x plus delta x minus fx. Now dividing both sides, dividing both sides by delta x and taking delta x approaches to 0. Taking, yeah, limit, I am using here delta x approaches to 0. So we can have limit, so we can have limit delta x approaches to 0, delta y by delta x, this is equal to limit delta x approaches to 0, f of x plus delta x minus fx divided by delta x. Okay, so here you can observe, yeah, so whenever we take delta y by delta x, so delta y is change over y, delta x is change over x. And when we take limit delta x approaches to 0, it means delta x is very, very small. In other words, we can say this is, it means, I mean, over small change in x, what is change in y? So it means we can say a rate of change of y with respect to x. Okay, so rate of change of y with respect to x. So that is basically derivative. So we can write it as dy by dx. So this is basically, this is one of the notations, dy by dx, derivative of y with respect to x. This is equal to limit delta x approaches to 0, f of x plus delta x minus fx divided by delta x. Okay, so now rate of change of y with respect to x equal to this. So and here provided limit exists. Provided limit of the right hand side expression exists. Okay, provided limit of the right hand side expression exists. So it means this is basically definition of getting the limit. Okay, so what we can write here, whenever we say derivative of the function from first principle, so we may take like this. Okay, so yeah, so before we go to other things, I can tell you the notations. So notations for derivative, so we may write here dy by dx. Okay, so y is the function of x. So derivative of y with respect to x. So dy by dx, or we may write f dash x, we may write y1. Okay, so all these are derivative of the function y equal to fx with respect to x. Okay, so it means if I write here f dash x equal to limit delta x approaches to 0, f of x plus delta x minus fx divided by delta x. Okay, so here delta x is small change over x, and limit delta x approaches to 0 means over small change. I mean, basically, over small change in x. Okay, so this is the definition of derivative of the function with respect to x. Okay, now we may write it like this also. The another way to express this is f dash x equal to limit h approaches to 0, f of x plus h minus fx divided by h. What is h here? H is very small positive number. So again it is, you can say, change in x. Okay, so that I'll be showing you in GeoGebra also. Okay, so whenever you have to apply derivative from first principle, derivative using definition, so this is the way you have to find out. So basically you have to evaluate limit x approaches to 0, f of x plus h minus fx. Okay, so another way of looking at the thing, so if I write here theta, right, tan theta equal to delta y by delta x. Okay, as I told you. So here you see as delta x approaches to 0. Now delta x approaches to 0 means what will happen? See, if you move q closer and closer to p. Now suppose position of q is here, you see delta x is becoming smaller. Again you bring q closer to p. Again you see delta x becoming smaller. Again like this. So it means when as you move q towards p and when delta x approaches to 0, what is happening? When delta x approaches to 0, so basically q merges with p. So that is called the limiting position. Okay, so when q merges with p, so instead of two different points, I mean instead of the second line, you will be getting one line which touches the curve at p. So it means at that position, the second line will become tangent to the curve. So it means tangent to the curve, and what will happen to this m? So here m is slope of the second line. Now when it will be the tangent line, then I may limit delta x approaches to 0, f of x plus delta x minus fx by delta x, limit delta x approaches to 0, it will become slope of the tangent. So that is basically looking at geometrical meaning of derivative. So derivative of the function at a point equal to slope of the tangent to the curve at that point. So let me show you through GeoGebra also. Yeah. So here you can see. Okay. So I have used here h so that it is up to you whether you are using delta x or h. Yeah. So we have 2 points here. Yeah. So here this is the point. Okay. Not able to write here. Okay. This is the point P x y. Okay. Now this point is your I mean q x plus h f of x plus h. Okay, so here you can see this length, yeah, this is your fx. It means this point is x fx, coordinates of the point. Similarly, here you can see, yeah, x plus h, f of x plus h. So you can observe this thing, and here you can see, yeah, I am moving h. I mean, q will approach to P, and this length is h. You can see, let me try if I can write down here. No, I'm not able to write down. Okay, I can show you here. This is h. Okay, if you can observe, this is h, and this length is what? This length is, you see, this length is your fx, and so this length is also fx. The whole length is f of x plus h. That means this length will be what? F of x plus h minus fx. And this length is h. And now this angle, if I take this one, I mean you can see the triangle, and this is P and this is Q. And this, I mean this angle is what? F of x plus h minus fx divided by h, tan theta equal to this. Okay, now my purpose of showing you when h approaches to 0, what will happen? See, when h approaches to 0, what is happening? You see, when h approaches to 0, the h is becoming smaller and smaller, and finally it is 0. See, okay, when h is very, very small, you can see. Okay, so so now it means instead of 2 points, no, you instead of a second line, you are getting a tangent line. If you can see, as h increases, you are getting 2 distinct points. Okay, you are getting 2 distinct points. Second line. Okay, these 2 red dots you can see. This is P and this is Q. And I'm just taking H is becoming smaller and smaller. You can see H is becoming smaller and smaller. Okay, so finally, yes, 0, H equal to 1. Okay, my slider adjustment is a bit faulty. Okay, I can change the slider just a moment. Okay. You can see. So basically my purpose of showing you this is when S becomes smaller and smaller, no, Q approaches to P. Okay. So instead of two distinct points to different points on the curve, you are getting only one point. They are coinciding. Okay, so at the limiting position, the second line is becoming the tangent to the curve. Now when second line is becoming tangent to the curve, okay, okay, okay. Just a little bit of animation. Okay, okay. So here you can see, yes. Okay, now are you able to see it? Whenever this is happening, the change you can just observe. Okay, and here you see, I mean at this point, you know, when the points are distinct, so this is your f of x plus h minus fx, this is h, right? And this angle is theta. So it means tan theta equal to slope of the secant. And when s is becoming smaller and smaller, the tangent line, yeah, it is at limiting position, you are getting a tangent line. So now here you see, slope of the tangent will be what? Now slope of the secant at limiting position, you are getting, it is a tangent line. Okay, so tangent is the limiting position of the secant. Okay, let me just go back. So I just wanted to show you this thing, and yeah, I'm going to my text again. Okay, so here you see. Now you can relate the diagram. So this is theta. So when q approaches to p, I mean h or delta x approaches to 0. So here it is theta. Now at limiting position, you are getting the PQ, position of PQ is becoming like this. Then what is happening? Okay. So till now we were having tan theta equal to this delta y by delta x. So it means now when you take limit delta y, yeah, limit delta x approaches to 0, delta y by delta x, I mean this angle, suppose this angle is phi. Now tan phi equal to limit delta x approaches to 0, delta y by delta x. So this is what dy by dx, dy by dx. Okay. Now this is what tan phi. It means angle made by the line, tangent line with positive direction of x-axis. That is phi. So tan phi is slope of the tangent. Slope of the tangent to the curve. The slope of the tangent to the curve equal to derivative of the curve at that point. Okay, so slope of the tangent to the curve at P equal to derivative of the function at P. Okay, so you are, yeah, you got to know two things. Basically, one is finding derivative from first principle, which requires the complete knowledge of limits. The other thing is whenever you write derivative of the function dy by dx, so that is basically slope of the tangent to the curve at that point. Okay, so two things we have studied. One is derivative from definition, which is f dash x, this is equal to limit s approaches to 0, f of x plus h minus fx divided by h, or you may write limit delta x approaches to 0, f of x plus delta x minus fx divided by delta x. So whichever notation you find convenient, you can use. Second thing we have studied, I mean dy by dx, you can say f dash x or dy by dx at any point equal to slope of the tangent to the curve at that point. Okay. So dy by dx, yeah. So it means derivative, you can say, or I may write here, derivative of the function, or curve at any point equal to slope of the tangent to the curve at that point. So this is basically geometrical meaning. So we had planned to study two things. One is finding derivative from definition. Yeah, from first principle. Second thing, geometrical meaning of the derivative. Okay. So in next class, maybe we can, you will be taking some questions. Okay, how to use first principle to evaluate limits of some function. Yeah, and in turn we are getting basically how to find derivative of function from first principle. Okay, thank you so much. I hope it's very clear to you. Specifically, I just wanted to show you geometrical meaning through GeoGebra. Yeah, so thank you so much.